an event synonymous with pageantry.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and supreme
welcome
athleticism.
to WrestleMania 35.
This is WrestleMania.
The spectacle, the grandeur, the magnificence
WrestleMania
of our
35
business
is finally
on full
here,
display
ladies
tonight,
and gentlemen,
and I couldn't
and I
be
can't wait to
prouder
get started.
to be calling it.
And ladies and gentlemen, the match between Timothy Payton and Robert Johnson is no longer a special guest referees match because there is no special guest referee match on the game. Instead, it will be a number one contenders match for the Universal Championship, with it being a ladder match. Money in the Bank ladder match, singles, one-on-one. It will be a one-on-one ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. And here comes Timothy.
The following contest is a ladder match and is for the Money in the Bank briefcase with the contract inside of it. Making his way to the ring from Alabama, weighing in at 220 pounds, Timothy Payne.
Timothy Payton, also known as Timothy Payne, has been wrestling since 2013 and has been to WrestleMania before. He is no stranger to the WrestleMania stage. However, his opponent, Robert Johnson, has been wrestling ever since 2007.
So much on the line tonight, guys, here in this
never
ladder match.
been
And while
to
we can focus on the
WrestleMania.
prize, Michael, let's not forget
This
the perils
is Robert
associated with a
Johnson's
match
first
such as this.
WrestleMania. In the 12 years that Robert has been here, he has never been to WrestleMania. And in just a shorter amount of time that Timothy's been here, has been to WrestleMania. Robert Johnson wanted someone who has had experience so that he could have a challenge on his hands, and he will be facing no greater challenge than
And his opponent from
Timothy
Alabama,
himself.
weighing in at 220
And here comes
pounds,
Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for one-on-one action.
And Michael, it sounds to me like this crowd already picked the one who they want to win this match.
Robert Johnson is a veteran in the WWE, while Timothy is a veteran in the making. He is soon to become veteran in WWE and has achieved a lot.
And we're underway.
In
Looking at
his
these two men, I don't think there's going to be
career.
anything traditional about this
And the
one-on-one
match has
matchup.
begun.
And man,
And
I never get tired of
There
watching
goes
these
a
guys compete.
suplex, neck breaker, if you will. Leg sweep by Timothy Payton. Kick to the back with vicious force and brutality. And a kick to the chest. Nice. Nice momentum so far gained by Timothy Payton. And a slam by Timothy Payton
What
to
a
Robert
stomp.
Johnson.
Good grief.
this again, ladies and gentlemen, is for the Money in the Bank briefcase match. And the winner gets a contract to
Thunderous slam.
face the Universal Champion. And so far, Robert Johnson is gaining a lot. Is not gaining a lot of momentum, but that could change right here as he reverses from Timothy Payton and Irish rips him into the corner. And as suplex by Timothy
He's starting
Payton,
to feel it here. He's going to need to
maybe
find a way
taking him to
fire back.
Suplex City.
I wouldn't call for the medics just yet, Cole. He still appears to be in pretty good shape here.
This thing appears to be slipping away from him in a hurry, guys.
So far, this
and you
has
can
been
bet he
all
envisioned things
Timothy
going much
Payton
differently for
so
him
far,
heading into this
but
match.
this could be
He's
anyone's
bringing it
match.
back inside the ring now. A backbreaker.
Backbreaker by Robert Johnson. Momentum may be changing hands right now as he gives a knee drop to Timothy Payton by Robert Johnson. There are no pinfalls, no disqualifications, and no countouts, no
Now
submissions.
that's a takedown.
The only way to win this match, ladies and gentlemen, is to climb the ladder and retrieve the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Clothesline. Right in the back of the neck.
And we can see momentum changing with Robert Johnson fresh on top.
Impactful. Will jar your spine. He's starting to show signs of fatigue.
That sure
But he's
could
very aware of who
damage
he's in
the
there
spine.
with and what he has to do to rebound.
He seemed more motivated than ever heading into this match,
And we
which
got
makes
a
me think he still
knee
has plenty of
drop
fight left in him.
Robert's own. And Timothy reversing with force. And another vicious clothesline by Timothy Payton.
Unceremoniously
And that's got to hurt the arm.
down.
Timothy not playing around tonight.
He's on the defensive now. He's always up for a challenge, and tonight is no different.
If he wants to win this thing, he's going to need to make some changes here. There's no way he can stay in this match if he doesn't find a way to fend off this attack.
Well, he's certainly looking a little worse for wear, but that doesn't mean you should count him out just yet. I'm sure there's plenty of fight still left in him.
Ooh, what impact. Back in the ring now.
What's this going to be?
Wheelbarrow flapjack. He's making a
Wheelbarrow.
statement here with this attack.
Oh, man.
Slam by Timothy Payton to Robert Johnson. And this could be a DDT.
I think this is the
Payton
beginning of
already
the
up.
end.
Toss to the outside.
And of course you see that the ladder is in play by
Setting
now.
it up.
In perfect
Putting
position,
it,
too.
putting it in position.
And now what?
But he's got to capitalize now.
Oh,
What a move.
Robert
Nobody
gaining
controls
momentum
the
and
pace
a
of
kick
match
to the
quite
head.
like this guy.
Looks like maybe to the forehead.
This could be all she wrote.
Alabama
That's the
slam
impact. Can
by
he
Robert
finish the
Johnson.
job?
Robert Johnson,
What a
a country
slam,
boy at
Michael.
that. Proud of being in Alabama.
He's looking to align
Timothy
that ladder up
also
perfectly.
proud of
Placement
being
is
an
crucial.
Alabamian,
Boom, what impact.
while he also supports Auburn, the football team, but is proud to be an Alabama citizen,
There doesn't
nonetheless.
appear to be too much movement on the outside, guys. We might just be looking at the
Oh.
winner of this ladder
Timothy
match.
probably looking for a spear there, and
He's got it where
reverses,
he wants
and
it.
there goes a power slam by Robert
You gotta
Johnson.
wonder what he's
Maybe
thinking
the
here, guys.
I
jackknife
don't know what
power
he is
slam.
thinking.
And he reaches for the Money in the Bank.
Look at
No,
this.
no,
When this
he
guy's
doesn't.
on,
He
look
doesn't reach
out.
for it. He goes for a
He's looking to get up that ladder, guys.
A
for
long
a
way.
frog dive. And he reaches for the
Hanging there in the center of the
Timothy
ring.
knocks the ladder underneath his feet and
He
catches
looks
him
absolutely
with a
exhausted.
power slam.
This is not where he wants to be at this point in this
Maybe
match.
He's done.
Batista
There's
bomb
no
or
way
in
he
this,
can get up the ladder now. In fact,
in this
I'm so confident
case,
that I'll pay each of your
maybe a
mortgages next
Timothy
month if he
slam
does.
or
Oh,
Kane
wait.
slam.
You used to live at home with your parents, right, Byron?
He's in tough shape, guys, and there's absolutely
Timothy thinking about
no
getting the
room
ladder,
for
drops
error
it,
now.
picks it up again, drops it. Can't quite make up his mind what he wants to do with it.
The dangers of this
Maybe
ladder
in the
match are
game
evident,
or
as these
something, I don't
competitors
know.
are clearly struggling to stay in this.
Maybe Timothy got hit in the head too many times, and we
position here, guys.
see him get hit in the head again, and dropped right on his back.
Wow, what a vertical suplex.
And there we see
Set
Robert
it in
with
place
the
here.
ladder. He certainly knows
Going
what
to
to
the
do
top
with it,
here, guys.
and
Looking
he's
to finish
going
it.
back up for it. He's gonna get it. He's trying to unlock it.
And he's heading back
Will
in.
he be successful? Timothy needs to do something
might
right
end
here
badly.
before Robert gets up. Unlocks it and
Harsh
this
impact.
time not a power bomb, but a slam from the
Getting
shoulders,
that ladder set up nicely.
right in the
in the
shoulders
center
and
of the
slammed
ring,
him down
Michael.
He's
hard.
heading for higher ground.
To get away from you.
Looks like maybe an electric chair.
This
That's
is what
probably what
makes
that
him one
move
of the
was.
best in the
And a
business.
diving elbow to the head,
Climbing up, guys. Here we go.
which may give Timothy
He can
the
win it here,
advantage
guys.
to win this Money in the Bank
Let's grab
briefcase.
it.
And Cole, a win here would be so incredibly huge.
And forces the stop. And
Got the reversal.
looks like Timothy was going to
Beautiful
be
technique.
slammed off the ladder, but
What
reversed it, and Robert
And now
Johnson
it's
was
Kane.
slammed off the ladder instead. Timothy trying to unlock the Money in the Bank briefcase. Can he do it?
Come on, get up that ladder. Let's go. You can do it.
Can Timothy unlock the briefcase before Robert gets up?
At what
Or
point
will
do those
Robert
thoughts creep
get
in?
up in time
What
to
do I
stop
have
him?
to do to put this match to rest? I don't know. I don't know as a WWE superstar if you ever
And
have those thoughts of
Timothy
self-doubt.
gets it. Timothy wins this one.
And here's a look back at
He
some of the
retrieves
action from the
the
previous
ladder.
match.
He retrieves the Money in the Bank
No
briefcase.
doubt about it. He brought his A game,
Congratulations
as you can
to
see
Timothy
here.
Payne, and congratulations to Robert Johnson, who ends up getting the win.
Here is your
Or
winner,
Robert Johnson, who
Timothy
fights hard,
A well-earned
but was
victory
not
indeed.
successful. But
Great effort from both
congratulations
these
anyway.
guys, Michael. I'm willing to bet this isn't the
And ladies and gentlemen, here is our next match. Preston Gilly versus Benny Schuler. This has been building up for over a year. Benny leaving the company for a year and then returning 3 weeks ago to challenge Preston to a match. It was going to be a 3-on-2 handicap match between Preston, Brennan, and Bryson versus Bud Manley and a partner of his choosing, which came to be John Cena, as we see later on. It was going to be a 2-on-3 handicap match before Benny returned
The
to
following
challenge
contest
Preston.
is a
Then he backed out of the
last man standing match.
handicap tag team
Making
match
his way to the ring
and
from
decided
Alabama,
to
weighing in
be in
at
a match with Benny
130
instead.
pounds,
He accepted it
Kyle.
without hesitation. So later on, it will be a tag team match 2-on-2
Guys, there's undoubtedly
between
plenty of
Brennan
drama heading into this
and
last man
Bryson
standing match.
versus
For me, Cole,
Bud
the intrigue is
Manley
in wondering
and John
exactly
Cena.
how far these two will go in order to keep the other down for a 10
Brennan
count.
has a streak at WrestleMania and has never lost. Brennan's first WrestleMania match was at WrestleMania 18 in 2003 and has been undefeated since then.
And his opponent from Alabama, weighing in at 130 pounds, Ben E.
Guys, there's so much on the line here in this last man standing match.
You're right, Michael. This one goes beyond wins and losses. These superstars are risking long-term damage to their bodies by participating in a match like this.
And if he wins tonight against Bud and John Cena, he will be 18-0. But if he loses, he will be 17-1.
Singles action is underway, and in this one, I wouldn't attempt to predict what's going to happen. I'd just be ready for anything.
But in the meantime,
Sometimes that's
this
all
is
you can
about
do.
Preston
The
and
abuse
Benny.
these competitors are about to put
Benny
themselves
Schuler,
through, with the hope of being the last one standing, is almost hard to
heel
imagine.
at one time. And having a mean streak for about a year. Screwed Preston over out of a championship. Then left
Vertical
WWE
suplex.
or was
Nice.
suspended, but on the time of his suspension was over, just never returned until 3
the
weeks ago.
vicious head crank. Look at the torque.
When he returned,
Going right
many
after the
fans
neck.
were happy and excited, and he gained a lot of respect
That's how you wear
and
down
love
your opponent.
from fans. He said last week on
continuing to
Raw
punish
that he
them.
came back to challenge Preston to WrestleMania because he owned responsibility
Vicious
of what
knee.
he did to
He's starting
him.
to stagger a bit. This could be the start of an
So he
ugly
wanted
downward
to
spiral if he's not careful.
Give
If this is what keeps him down for
freely
the 10 count, he's nowhere near the man we all thought he was.
revenge
By the looks
from
of things,
Preston
I
to
don't think he
Benny.
expected his opponent to be as
So that-
motivated as he clearly is here tonight.
They could afterwards settle their differences and become friends again.
Nailed it.
They were a tag team at one point, won tag team titles together,
Ooh-wee.
and now it's come to this. WrestleMania 35,
There he goes.
and there goes
crashing to the
Benny
floor.
over the top rope. Preston coming to follow him. Will they be friends after this match? That's the question. And a punch to the stomach by Benny to Preston.
He wants no part of the outside.
An Irish whip back to the ring. Preston looking for a suplex, I believe. And yes, there's a suplex, and he connects. Quite beautiful, that suplex there. And there goes a headlock from Preston to Benny.
Beautiful technique.
Oh, and that's gotta hurt.
What a stomp.
In the back, a kick to the back of the knee there.
Here. With these two guys, we all knew this was going to be an
Oh, and there goes a suplex
And
of
I'm
his own.
sure a lot of people are expecting him to be the last man standing here tonight. And he very well may be. But right now, it's not looking so good for him.
This is all part of the process, guys. He knew he would take on some offense here tonight. He just has to make sure
Could
he keeps it to a
Benny
minimum.
win this match? Or will it be Preston?
You know, I'd say matches like
good
this
back and
really
forth.
drive superstars to take risks they normally wouldn't take. An
Amount of
example that
momentum
immediately comes to mind would be
between
Shane
the two.
McMahon's actions in Unforgiven in 2003.
WrestleMania 35 proving to be pretty great so far.
That's what you call a bad landing.
Like good few matches we've seen from the kickoff show, and the last match was pretty good.
Quicker it looks
And
like.
this match is being
To elaborate more than
pretty
that
good so far.
Unforgiven
And there
2003
goes
match
Vinny
Corey
with
was
a
talking
spinning
about that night we saw
Hurricane
Shane
Rana.
leap off the top rope of the Unforgiven set down toward his opponent Kane.
This
And
match was
unfortunately for Shane,
originally
however,
supposed
Kane
to be
moved at
an
the last
I
moment.
Quit match,
It was all
but
academic
has
from there. The referee
changed
could have counted to 100.
last minute
Shane was
to
not
a
getting
last
up.
man standing match,
Looks like he's starting to tire. He needs to find a way to get on the offensive,
because
guys.
once again there was not an I Quit match in the match selection on the WWE 2K19
Not where he wants to be
game.
right now. Hey, he
And
got
there goes
himself into this mess.
Vinny
He's
over
gotta
the
get
top
himself
rope
out of
with
it
it
now.
Nobody
by
controls the
Preston with a
pace of a match
clothesline.
quite like this guy.
The referee starting to count on 2 so far, now 3.
Guys, one of my favorite matches from the In Your House era would have to be December 1996 Armageddon Rules match between the Executioner and the Undertaker, which many say was a precursor to today's Last Man Standing match.
And Vinny gets up at 8. If he would have stayed down 2 seconds longer, he would have lost this match.
Escapes trouble
And a
there.
Hurricane Rana by Preston.
He's looking a little weary here. He can't be happy with how this is going right now.
I'd never count this guy out, but I'll tell you what, he's not looking so
Vinny
hot
said
right now.
that he will
He's really
give
going to
him
need to find a way to get back in this
the
thing.
revenge he deserves in this match, but he also said they would not take it easy on him
No
either.
quit in him.
And the beat goes on. The ref wasn't finished.
Preston trying to get up, and Vinny trying to keep him from getting up, but the ref starts over the count in the process.
The last man standing match is one of the most physically demanding matches in all of WWE.
Oh, and Preston there. Oh, with the Pizza
He's back
Bomb
in control here.
or
The force of
PG
that impact should
Bomb.
put an end to this match
If you
right
could-
here.
Oh,
You
man,
wanna
right
call
to
it
the
that?
arm. Hyperextend your
In
elbow.
this case, it'd probably be a PG Bomb
Talk
or a
about having the
Preston
living
Bomb,
hell
Gilly
beat out of you.
Bomb.
And I'm not sure
Even
he even
a
knows where he is.
He has
Power
got to do
bomb.
something quick. Yeah, things certainly appear to be trending in the wrong direction for him right now, guys.
Oh, and going for his famous corner insecurity kick. And
what a
Vinny
slam.
reverses it, but
Here
gets
we go.
suplexed afterwards in the process. I believe if Preston would have hit that, it may have been over for Vinny.
Things are not looking very good
Vinny
right
could
now.
always
Gonna
get
have
up,
to find a
but
way to regroup.
we'll see. The referee on the count of 7.
Not over yet.
And another count of 8, and Vinny's up.
The referee is watching this one very closely. At any moment, he'll have to call this match if one of these combatants can't get up.
Preston down, and the referee counting.
Looks like both these superstars have found that
Count of
little
5 so
extra
far.
something
6.
to keep themselves going here tonight.
And this match is going to continue.
And Preston then gets up at the count of 8.
Oh, what a slam!
Oh, suplex mixed with a rock bottom or so.
An amazing match so far, guys, but it looks to me like we're possibly nearing the end here.
Preston waiting for him to get up so he can just knock him back down. The
At
referee
what
to the
point
count
do
of
those
9,
thoughts creep in of
and
what do I
10.
have to do? This singles contest has
and
a victor.
Preston wins this. He wins this
Let's
match.
take another look at what
due
made that
to
last man
a
standing match so memorable.
count out.
Check him out here.
Last man standing rules. And
And here's the
Preston wins,
last look at
and
this one.
Benny said in his case that Preston would get his revenge if he won.
Here is your winner, Kyle.
Big win for him here tonight.
These guys look like a couple of
It
hosses
sure
going at
was
it out
a
there.
big win.
Great match.
He can
As we close the
finally
book on this match, I need to
put
remind
this
everybody
rivalry
just
to
how
rest
big of a win
between
this
him
was.
and Benny.
Simply amazing.
But the question is, will he? And here's the next match. It's a tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. It is Corey Scheer and Jake Weber versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay Uso. It must have been difficult for Jake and Corey to watch their best friends Sam and Colby go at it against each other. But luckily the match ended early and quickly, so none of them had to get hurt too bad. Especially at the hands of one another.
Byron, how big is this match for these two teams here tonight?
Well,
But
Michael,
some
the
would
tag team
probably
division
say
is white
they
hot right
would
now.
want the
So while
match
a
to
win
go
will obviously
on a
be
little
huge,
longer.
I can tell you that a loss would be absolutely devastating. Given the
But
competition right
the
now,
match
a
has
loss
already
tonight
been
would
made.
be a huge
It's over.
setback.
And here comes this match. Corey Scheer and Jake Weber versus Jimmy and Jay Uso.
Welcome to the Uso Penitentiary.
And there's the Usos. They've always been a really big tag team, but ever since 2 years ago when they had their career change, they have really picked up a lot of momentum. When they started the Uso Penitentiary, that's when their career really went to a whole new level. And they've made more of an impact just from the past 2 years than they did from all the years prior.
Both legal men are in the ring and set to start things off here. We're ready to go.
And it starts with
Tag team
Corey
action in
Scheer
full
and I
effect, guys, and
believe
these superstars are about to show
Jay
all
Uso.
you folks what it's all about.
Jay Uso and Corey Scheer starting the match off, and
Slam down hard.
what a slam by Jay Uso.
Jay looking down at his opponent.
Yep, that is Jay.
Is he done? And he escapes the
Oh.
submission.
And good thing, that could have been disastrous.
Corey Scheer wise to get out of
You
there
gotta believe
while he
this one's
could
over.
before he got too much damage worked up on him. Jimmy and Jay Uso are dangerous competitors in the ring. And it looks that Jimmy and Corey and Jake are learning that the hard way.
Stomp! Good grief! Oh, direct impact to the chest.
Do not take the Usos lightly, but you also don't want to take Corey and Jake lightly because they could be dangerous competitors too, but they've never been in the ring with any team as dangerous as the Usos. But we'll find out who can be on top
This might be it. Oh,
and who can win the tag team titles. We saw the Raw tag team titles being defended earlier, and the Revival lost their tag team titles to Sting and
tag team history was
Daniel
made
Cash.
when the first ever SmackDown tag team champions were crowned at Backlash 2016. The unlikely duo of Rhino and Heath Slater caught lightning in a bottle and ran through the tag team title tournament. In the finals, Rhino and Slater took on the Usos to see which team would be the inaugural tag team champions.
There was a lot on the line in the tag team tournament finals. The Usos wanted to add another tag team title reign to their resume and enjoy the recognition of being the first ever SmackDown tag team champions. The team of Rhino and here's a cover.
Uso covers
Not
one,
much behind that pin attempt.
and
Oh,
only
wow.
one count.
Most of the truly great tag teams in sports entertainment created a double team finishing maneuver. The spike pile driver from Anderson and Blanchard, the heart attack from the Hart Foundation, the rocker dropper from the Rockers, or the Doomsday device from the Road Warriors. A team
And
needs to have a
Corey
tag team
tags
finisher
back
and be able
in.
to execute that finisher
Looked like
on all types of
Jake
opponents.
was getting a little damage there, working by Jimmy and Jay Uso.
Perfectly executed. Corey, a few
being
moments ago, you
fresh
mentioned some of the great
competitor
tag
right
team
now,
finishing
and
moves in
tagged
sports entertainment
back
history.
in.
Don't forget about the 3D from the Dudley Boys, or the double
And
drop
he
kick
seems
from the
to be doing
2017
better
WWE Hall of
with
Famers, the Rock and Roll
Jimmy
Express. In tag team action, like in singles
when
competition,
having trouble
once a
with
duo nails
Jay.
their opponent with their finisher, that should signal the beginning of the end.
It can take a long time for a tag team to decide on a double team finisher, but I agree. A team needs one, and it should be something that can be administered to any opponent. That's when a finishing move is truly effective. And since we're talking about tag teams, remember you and your partner have until the referee's 5 count to execute the move.
Corey waiting apparently for Jimmy to get up. I don't think that's such a smart move in my opinion, but whatever works for him.
Oh, look at this!
Oh,
Oh, this is not good
maybe
at all!
a pile driver, and there we go. And the Uso pile driver, or maybe the Uso penitentiary pile driver.
For many years, the Usos have
You
been
may
considered
wanna
the
call
elite
it that
tag
way.
team in sports
and
entertainment. On
well,
March
maybe
21st,
Trouble in
2017,
Paradise or
Jay
some
and his
kind
brother
of
Jimmy
kick,
added another trophy to their
spinning
collection,
kick,
the SmackDown Tag Team
and,
Championship.
Corey Shearer
They're not only
reversal.
expanding the Anawagi
And,
family
leg drop.
dynasty, they're building their own.
Oh, what impact!
Don't underestimate Corey Shearer's dancing
The Usos have won
ability
different tag team championships
with
during their
his
tenure in
fighting
WWE.
abilities.
But when they added the SmackDown Live tag team
A
titles
lot
to
of
their
people
resume, they became
take
just the
him
fourth
for
duo to hold the
granted
prizes that
and
symbolize
don't
being SmackDown's
really
top
see
team.
The
how
Usos
dangerous
came to
Corey
WWE
is
to
with his
dominate sports entertainment
when he's
together. Just days before
dancing all the
WrestleMania
time,
33,
but whenever he gets
Jay and his
into
brother
the
Jimmy
match,
raised their
he
game
can be
to
more
take down
dangerous
American Alpha
than people
and
think.
begin their first reign as SmackDown
And
Live
Corey has said
Tag
before
Team
that he
Champions.
likes that mindset. He likes to play mind games with his dancing and use his dancing as a mind game to his
When you talk
opponent,
about great tag teams, we can go
so
all
that
the way
whenever
back to teams like the
he's in the
Tolos
ring,
brothers,
they
Stevens
can
and Patterson,
be caught off
Stevens and
guard,
Bockwinkel,
and
the
then
Texas
caught by
Outlaws, the
surprise,
Briscoes,
and they
the
find out
Blackjacks,
he
the Andersons,
is
and the
more
list goes
dangerous
on
than
and
they
on.
thought.
When you're part of a tag team, the two partners have to travel together, train together, eat together,
Corey
and be
tags in
completely in
Jake.
sync with one another.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
He might have it.
And Jake
Tag team competition dates
looking
back
for
all the way to the
crucifix
early
pile
1900s.
power
Corey, you mentioned
bomb,
some of the
but
classic duos from
Jimmy,
sports entertainment's incredible history.
Jay,
In today's
Jay
WWE, the
reverses
tag
it.
team scene has never been more competitive. I don't know who has the edge when it comes
And
to
Jay
talent.
may
if
be
it's
looking
Raw or
for something
SmackDown.
right here. And super kick. And it connects.
Incredible. Momentum is
Dragging
fully
him to
in
the middle of the
corner
ring.
Jey Uso
Goes
now.
for a pin.
Going for the cover.
Will he go for it? Will he get it? 1, 2,
He kicks out
and he
before
got him.
three.
No, he
So
didn't.
resourceful. During the rivalry between the Hardy Boys and Cesaro and Sheamus over the Raw Tag Team Championship, the teams became very familiar with one another. In June,
Jay about to attempt the big splash.
And a clothesline, and
Has the
another one.
impact.
I knew it was only a matter of...
Wow, kicking butt
And a third
taking names.
clothesline.
yeah, he's got
And
some magic
now
working, that's for sure.
Jake really needs to tag in his partner, Corey,
Jey Uso. It's over.
because he
The 2
looks
out
to
of
be
3
in
falls
trouble
matches
right
saw the
now.
Hardy Boys go at it with Cesaro and Sheamus
This
was a
does
throwback.
not
of
look good.
Tequila Sunrise is applied.
This could be the turning point. But now, can Jey Uso capitalize?
He's got to.
What a dangerous looking move that Jey Uso had on Jake. And the Usos
Whenever
again
tag team is on
retain
the
their
docket, the
titles,
mayhem multiplies. Here's the
unlike
proof.
the Revival, who lost their titles to Daniel and Sting. The Usos, at least, they receive or retrieve
Check
their
this
titles
out.
back and successfully defends their titles.
Man, this was great.
And it was a
I
great
remember
match.
this part very well.
Especially with that beautiful super kick from Jay. That super kick that ended or nearly ended the match earlier.
He really put on a great show.
But it's sad for Jake that it had to come to this, to end with a submission. But at least the match is over. But no win for him. The tag team titles stay with the Usos, Jimmy and Jay.
Here are your winners.
And better look
new
next time
SmackDown Tag
from
Team and
Corey
Jey
and
Uso
Jake.
and Jimmy Uso. The Usos.
That's it for this tag team match, and what a thrilling match it was.
This is one of those wins you don't forget anytime soon.
As we saw here tonight, teams will do just about anything when the tag titles are on the line.
And it's finally time for the match that I'm probably most excited for. And it is the match between Kevin the Killer versus the return of the Phenom, the Dead Man, the Undertaker. He returns for WrestleMania, possibly to claim another lost soul.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
And here's
making his way to
Kevin
the ring
the
from
Killer.
Birmingham, Alabama, weighing in at 220 pounds, Kelvin.
There is an absolutely big fight feel in the arena tonight for this one.
Yeah, and judging from the vibe here currently, it seems to me like this is the one this sold-out crowd came to see.
Of course, because it's The Undertaker versus Kevin the Killer. The Undertaker received a challenge from Kevin the Killer, saying that he could beat anyone, and then even mentioned the dead man's name, saying, even if you are The Undertaker, I could beat you easily. And then about a week or two later, The Undertaker ended up accepting that challenge and decided that he would return to WrestleMania.
The dead man cometh!
Yes.
And his opponent from Death Valley, weighing in at 299 pounds, The Undertaker.
To this day,
This
the dead
is the
man
most
still
bone-chilling
looms over the WWE
entrance
landscape like a menacing shadow.
Ever in WWE.
The indestructible spirit. The unmatched aura. The Phenom.
He is the
Bone-chilling.
Phenom for a reason. He can do things that almost no other man or woman could ever do. With his size, he can do just about anything in the ring and spreads a whole bunch of fear to his opponents.
Undertaker, he just continues
Most
to get better with
people who
age.
step in the ring with The Undertaker
It defies logic, it defies
have
the
fear
mind.
in their heart
The dead man continues to
minds,
rise
and what Undertaker
and
says,
redefine
their soul.
himself and what it
And
means to be
every
a WWE
superstar who's in
superstar.
the ring with The Undertaker never comes out the same. Their lives and their careers are changed forever just by having one match with The Undertaker.
Who will lay
And
claim
Kevin the Killer
to becoming the
will
next
not
victim
be an exception.
of The Undertaker?
The Undertaker's claim that he
This should be an
already
incredible
sees
matchup.
fear
I mean,
in the eyes of
both
Kevin the
men have
Killer,
extensive
and
offensive repertoires,
a
lasting
body
endurance,
slam
and an
already
insatiable appetite
doing
to be
damage
number
to
one.
Kevin the Killer.
Here we go, fellas. I've been looking forward to this one for quite some time.
So have I, Corey.
And the slam.
Oh. And Kevin the Killer seems that he is focused, not letting the entrance distract him at all. Oh, and a block from The Undertaker. Oh. The Undertaker with Kevin the Killer. And, oh, Kevin the Killer with a choke suplex. Or a choke suplex. Choke slam suplex, maybe?
What a strike. Right on the mark.
Right on the mark indeed. And a suplex.
Incredible height.
to the Undertaker, and the Undertaker looks like he may be in trouble here.
In the lead, he's got him covered.
Kevin the Killer with a pin.
He's
one.
a long way from
And
the
no,
count,
he
I can
doesn't
tell
get
you
it.
that.
Still seems a little early.
Oh, what an upper.
Yeah, it seems a little too early
What grace. Float over
to
into
go
DDT.
for a pin, especially with someone as
What a
experienced
stomp.
as
Good
the Undertaker.
grief. Now the old vicious head crank. Look at the torque.
Ooh, what impact. Recalling WrestleMania 34, Michael, you said The Undertaker waited till the last second. For a long time, we were left to wonder if we had seen the last of The Undertaker in a match. We wondered if John Cena would get away with not only questioning the mystique of the Phenom, but also questioning his manhood.
But if his career has taught us anything, it's that the dead man will continue to emerge when we least expect it. Bravado made way for fear rather quickly inside of Cena once he heard that gong echo through New Orleans.
Oh, right in the face.
Destroyed.
And the
He's going for
Undertaker
the pin.
won.
No trouble getting out of that.
And
one.
only
Too
a
soon.
pin count at 1. You hardly see that with the Undertaker
Back
getting a
elbow.
1 count
Did you
on
see
his
that?
opponent.
He looks a bit off his game here. He needs to create some space and find a way to
Oh,
get
and
back
Kevin
on
the Killer
offensive.
gets right
Yeah,
back
he's
up.
taking on some
While the
offense here,
Undertaker
but that's to
catches
be
him
expected,
again.
especially considering who he's in the ring.
Vicious
I know it's early, but he has to do
bump
everything in his
into
power
the
not to let this get out of
turnbuckles
hand.
and slam
I got right to the gut.
to capitalize on it.
Elbow drop.
Working on the knees there.
The Undertaker is the most powerful being in the history of sports entertainment.
Looks like
The world
Undertaker's
stood
trying to
in
pull his
shock
mask off.
At WrestleMania 30, when the Phenom's
Kevin the
undefeated
Killer
streak at
never
WrestleMania
shows
was
his
broken
identity.
by Brock
His
Lesnar.
face.
But somehow, after that
He
crushing
always
defeat,
hides it in
the
the
Undertaker
mask
returned to
because
WWE
he's wanted.
stronger than ever.
Because thus his name, the Killer.
I was calling the action at WrestleMania 30 and was just as stunned as everyone watching around the world
And he
when the
says
Undertaker streak came to a
last
chilling
week
end.
that he
It's
will
amazing how
kill
the Undertaker's spirit became
the
even
dead
more
man,
powerful
and the Undertaker
following the
says
loss
he
to
can't
Brock
kill
Lesnar.
I think
what is
those are two
already
things
dead.
we never thought we... Uh-oh. Going for the run.
And then Kevin the
But he's gotta
Killer
capitalize
says,
now.
Let me tell
You
you,
don't
the
know
human
what I'm
body was
capable
not meant to be
of.
slammed like that.
And a quick cover from the Undertaker.
He's
because
not
I
done
can
fighting
kill
yet.
anything,
Wow.
even the dead. That's where he gets his name from, Kevin the Killer.
The end may be near.
Will he kill the dead man?
Can't waste
Or will
any
the
time here.
Undertaker succeed? The Undertaker looking in trouble right
We know
now,
what's
and
coming here.
the kiss of death.
STO, face first.
1,
This might be
2,
it, guys.
And he's able to get the shoulder
roll.
up.
He doesn't get him.
dead man, but Taker ain't
And what
laying
could you
down
expect
for
from the
anybody.
Undertaker? He's only lost twice at WrestleMania. He is 24-2 at WrestleMania.
You gotta believe this one's over.
What a hellaciously physical match these gladiators have put themselves through. The intensity of this has been incredible.
Oh, and tombstone pile driver by The Undertaker. That's his finishing
Just
move.
when you thought he had
Oh.
nothing left.
Nobody gets up from that, Cole.
Maybe wanting to do more damage to Kevin the Killer.
That's how you wear down your opponent. Oh, man, right to the neck.
Oh, man, what a light drop.
Can he finish the
Oh,
job?
and here's a comeback by The Undertaker. Snake Eyes. And here goes with a leg drop or a big boot followed by a
Every
leg drop.
ounce of that one, this could be over.
And now
Over the years, we've come to
Could we
expect these
see-
bursts of greatness from him.
the last ride.
We may be
Probably
looking at a
thinking the
powerbomb here.
Undertaker would go
That's
for a
exactly what it
chokeslam,
looks like
but
to me, Cole.
last ride does. Oh!
That should do it.
That had to be the most painful last ride that I've ever seen. On top
He goes
of
for the
the
cover.
ropes and bounces up.
Real
1,
close,
2,
too close
and
for
doesn't get him.
I am in shock. What's it going to take to keep
I'm in
this guy
shock
down?
too. Oh, and the straps are coming down, calling for
He's
the
lining him up.
tombstone pile driver once again. Could this be the end? Could this be
Oh my
a
goodness.
tombstone pile driver?
Pile driver.
The Undertaker
This one is
with the tombstone pile
That is
driver.
a penny in predicament.
1, 2, 3. The Undertaker
It's over. It's
is
all
25.
No doubt it was a good
2.
one. Here's another look.
Kevin the Killer
Highlight for one superstar,
fails
low light
against
for another.
The Undertaker.
He's getting after it here.
I want to say that Kevin the Killer may have given it all he had, but all he had
Look at
was
him go.
not enough for the dead man.
And
The
here's the last piece
Undertaker.
of the puzzle.
For the last ride, as we see again, and that looked painful. Like I said, the most painful last ride that I have ever seen, and I am surprised that he kicked out of that.
Here is your winner, The Undertaker.
This
And
one's
then
over,
another
folks.
tombstone pile
Undertaker
driver,
picks up
and
the
that's
win.
when
That was simply a case
Undertaker
of one
finally
guy
puts him
determined to
away.
prove his dominance over another.
You got that right, partner. Again, huge win here tonight.
no one can resist the aura of The Undertaker. It is so bone-chilling, yet everyone loves the presence of The Undertaker. He is loved by many of the fans.